Start recording. Here we are. Hey, everyone. Everything's fucked. This was supposed to be aliens, but life shat on everything. Actually, if you want to bring it out to me, it's on my little table next to Sir Reginald Von Fuckboy. That's the name of my plant, if anyone's curious. I have a ZZ plant, and his name is Sir Reginald Von Fuckboy. Yeah, it's Metamorphosis Alpha. It's on my little table there, right next to the plant.
You can't even begin to argue with that name, so.
That's a fantastic plant name. All right, we don't need to know about developing characters. Everyone rolls 3d6 for your stats. I'm going to open up someone's character sheet so I can see what the fuck's... Oh, I got a test character sheet. So your stats in this game are nice and easy. Radiation resistance, constitution, dexterity, strength, and mental resistance. Then you hit the button for start rolling your starting hit points. Thank you, hun. Ashley delivers. Collector's edition. Buy it on Goodman Game Store. Oh yeah, that's fair, Dave. I probably shouldn't buy as many physical copies because I'm running out of space. But my argument is I'm just never going to move again for the rest of my life, so I don't have to move these books. Let me see if I can find you a link there.
Die than move the books.
Metamorphosis Alpha. Metamorphosis Alpha. That's Doom on the Warden. No, that's Epsilon City.
We moved a literal metric ton of books to our current house, and I don't want to do that ever again. Either.
Never again. I just found it. You can get it. So the catch here is doing some Google searches. I don't want Doom on the Warden. Nope, that's the Game Master screen. I know it's on there. I was thinking about buying it yesterday. I already got a copy, but I wanted another copy. Oh, that's fantastic. Crying, I don't have a link. Just do a good Google search for Metamorphosis Alpha.
I was looking to see if I could find a link from the Goodman Games site, but I'm not seeing it.
If you go to the Goodman Games store, you go to their online store and the little drop down of games. There's Metamorphosis Alpha in that. Anyway, Drive-Thru RPG, Metamorphosis Alpha is on that shit somewhere. If we go to
I think these are all print and PDF.
Yep, if you buy from Goodman Games, you get the print and the PDF. All right, so this game uses a lot of fucking charts. Radiation resistance kind of sort of explains what it is, but radiation in this game isn't so much radiation in the real world. It's this otherworldly mutating energy. It's chaotic, it's dangerous, and it is, an agent of extreme change.
Full of farts.
Full farts. Dexterity, strength. So let's go over some difference or some special items in this game. So your starting hit points. So if your constitution is 7, that means your starting hit points are 7d6. So you roll 7d6, and that's your starting hit points. So where Dan, you rolled your starting hit points, and you got how many?
57.
57 hit points, which is fantastic. Now let me tell you something. You don't level up in this game. You don't get experience in this game. Your character does not progress beyond character generation. The way that you become more capable of this game and handling its challenges are through gathering loot, and then just also your knowledge as a character and as a player. So yeah, there's no leveling up. You're never going to get higher stats. You're never going to get more hit points. The only thing that will change is mental resistance. Anytime that you are subjected to a mental kind of attack, and it fails, you get to put a little counter. I don't know where it's on the character sheet. And as soon as you get 5 of those little counters, your mental resistance goes up by 1 point.
Oh boy.
So slowly, if you get subjected to a lot of shit, you can increase your mental resistance.
That'll be good because mine has lots of room for improvement.
Yeah. That's how it goes. I'm going to change the title. I can never remember how to spell metamorphosis. We got to go title. ETA, cis.
It's going to be the Metamorphing Alpha Rangers.
All right, cool. Let's see. All right, so who of you are humans? Who of you are mutants?
I figure I'll try
I'll
to
be a mutant.
I too am trying to be a mutant, but god dang, these mutations are going to be the death of me.
So that's fantastic that all 3 of you are mutants. Makes starting out a little easier. Because just like prison, people tend to stick with their own kind in this game. The humans are in their own little camps. They consider themselves superior to the mutants. Sometimes they're openly hostile towards mutants. Sometimes, some more enlightened people are, a little friendlier with mutants, willing to, trade, partner, work with them, what the fuck ever. Let's see. Number of mental attacks resisted. That's fine. Morale factor. If it's a hireling. You guys aren't hirelings. Don't worry about it. So the difference is humans have an additional stat. Do you all have? Yeah, you all have mutant sheets, right? Yeah, you're all mutants.
Yep.
So mutants, they don't have the leadership potential. Yeah.
I was going to do human, but if it's easier for me to be mutant, then I'll do that instead.
It's up to you. Do you want to be? If you want to be a human, we'll figure it out. If you want to be a mutant, it'll at least mesh things a little easier.
I'll stick with mutant.
Okay, cool.
Easy.
So let's see. Everything in this game uses tables. So like attacks, you roll your attack, and then I look at the opponent's armor class, and then I see what you need to roll to be successful. Kind of like a THAC0 kind of thing. Let's see. Physical mutations explained. So each of you mutants, you roll for so many physical mutations and so many mental mutations, and then I get to roll for a negative mutation.
Oh no. Like a defect?
Yeah, a defect, yeah. Let me, this PDF I have, I think I bought it from Drive-Thru. I don't think that's the Goodman Games PDF. All right. It's not bookmarked, and I hate PDFs that aren't fucking bookmarked. Like, what's the goddamn point?
Is there a link to it somewhere we can
Um,
peruse?
Give me a few. Do 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 do. All right. This fucking folder. All right. All right. It's in the Discord channel for this game. All right. Cool. All right. We need to look at. You all are making your characters. Let's see. I'm going to go back to 9. Yeah, this is going to be an exciting session. And then we're going to start. It's going to be amazing. The thing with the collector's edition of this game is that it's got a bunch of extra stuff. So it's got a bunch of like articles on expanding the game and like, but it also has like fucking reviews, and it's got people talking about the game.
Hi, Dr.
Supplemental
Pepper. I'll be right back.
Diet Dr. Pepper's the best diet soda. So the thing that always fucks me up is if you look at, can you get at these page numbers? Each page has 2 page numbers. The one in the fancy font is the actual page number in the physical book itself. But the thing is the original printing of this book is a chapter in the book, and it has its own table of contents and its own page numbers inside.
Sounds a little unnecessary complex.
It fucked me up for a very long time. All right. Referee, judge will randomly roll for 1 physical or mental defect.
So yeah, I don't see what page has like creating characters.
Page 9.
I don't know, but I found the mutations on page 13, it looks like.
Yeah. So if you all have 5 or more total mutations, you get 1 physical and 1 mental.
Okay.
And you said 13 for the mutations. Okay, so actually we want to look at page 12 for physical and 13 for 14 for mental, and then the descriptions are after that. Dan, how many mutations do you got?
I've got 2 physical and 1 mental.
All right, so I'm going to roll a d6. If it's 1, 2, 3, you get a physical defect. If it's 4, 5, 6, you get a mental. Let's see. You got a 4, so you're going to get a mental defect, Dan.
Yay.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 total mental defects. You get a 3, so that's 1, 2, 3. You are mental defenselessness.
Oh no.
So what does that do? Mental defects, mental defenselessness. Mutation that gives the mutant a... this is a mutation that gives the mutant a 3 on his or her mental resistance chart, regardless of what he or she rolled to begin with.
No.
So go ahead, change your mental resistance to a 3.
Perfect.
Joe, how many mutations you got?
I'm not sure how to determine that, I guess.
There's a button to roll them on the sheet.
Okay.
Roll for physical, and roll for mental. Just click each one.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Joe, you get 4 physical mutations and 1 mental mutation.
Cool.
Jake, how many mutations do you got?
1 physical, 2 mental.
Okay, cool. Jake, I'm going to roll a d6. And on a 1, 2, 3, you get a physical defect. On a 4, 5, 6, you get a mental defect. You get a physical defect, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to roll the d12. You get a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get hemophilia for your physical defect.
Woof.
All right, and Joe, you get 1 physical defect and 1 mental defect because you ended up with 5 mutations. So your physical mutational defect is a 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get no sensory nerve endings. I'm going to have to look up. Let's see what that does. Cannot feel pain or use their sense of touch in any way.
Interesting.
While a less intelligent person might think, oh boy, I will not be bothered by sword cuts, this defect cancels the body's warning system. A mutant will be unable
Right.
to feel a surprise attack from behind, or even tell when he is being punctured. There could be 4 arrows in their back, and they wouldn't even know it. So you're Dark Man. And your mental was a D8, if I remember correctly. 2, 1, 2. Fear impulses for types. Let's see what that means. I'll get to you in just a second here, Karian.
My mutations are written in here.
All right, Joe. 1, 2, 3. Animal. 4, 5, 6. Object. Object. You are terrified of an object. Let's go to chat to find out what object you are terrified of. Chat, what object is Joe's character terrified of? Captain Cryan, let's get us a good one. As a kid, I had one of those Ghostbuster playhouse things where, you know, you could pour slime in the top and it would come down, and it had the rotational pole. I was very sad when I found it years later as an adult and realized that I had lost all the parts for it. I just have the thing itself. I don't have any of the components. I don't have any of the moving parts. It's just the husk of the toy that it used to be. And Captain Cryan, when I think of you, you make me feel like a husk of a person that I used to be. Okay, there we go. Good job. Cheese.
You did it.
All right. So, then you all need, let me go back to page 9.
Wow.
We already did that. Oh, so yeah. So you roll how many mutations you get for each one, and then you can just pick out of the list. So yeah,
Oh.
you can pick your mutations. You don't have to roll those.
Wow. I already rolled them, so.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I rolled mine randomly too,
Okay.
just for funsies.
Mm-hmm.
I have heightened strength of molecular disruption and precognition.
Nice.
I got stop.
So how many do I roll?
What do you mean?
Then
You already rolled the number of how many you get. You get to pick 4 physical, and you get to pick 1 mental mutation.
Oh, right. Okay. So based on the number of total mutations you get is the number of defects you get.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you start off with 1, and then for every 5 mutations you have, you get an additional defect.
You happen to have the magical number for 2 defects. I got sonic abilities, heightened precision, and telekinetic arm.
Give me a second.
I can punch someone 50 yards away.
Karian, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't see it soon enough. I don't want to stop and have to rebuild the overlay again. I'm sorry, man. We'll have to get you in another game here soon, though. All right. That's your fucking characters. I'll tell you what, though. I'm going to give you all some gear. and then we're gonna get
Okay,
started.
I guess what do we do with the base stats? How are those determined?
3d6 down the line.
36. Yeah.
All right, and there's an armor section somewhere. Treasure items. Nope, wandering monsters. That's fine.
Definitely attacking with my telekinetic arm at all times.
Mm-hmm.
It has a strength of 18 compared to my 10.
It's on page 19. Let's go down here. Weapon and damage. Armor class and weapon class tables.
Is there a spot for
Oh.
defects?
You just add it in the same place as the
Yeah.
other mutations. The base mutation
Okay.
drop down has physical, mental, and defect.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. You all go ahead and take yourself some cured hide armor. Set your armor class to 5.
Okay.
And then each of you take a spear. The damage is 1d6. And each of you take a short bow. The damage is also 1d6. Okay. So, we're going to try and do this. We're going to call this a one-shot. You're all starting out in Troutbeck. Now, here's the thing with Metamorphosis Alpha. You are all in a giant spaceship. A 50-mile-long giant spaceship called the Warden. Now, the thing is, though, is none of you know that you're in a spaceship. This is a generational type ship. The people who could fly and operate the ship have been dead for generations. The people who remembered it was a ship are dead. And then the technology has been long forgotten how it's used. So you've returned back to a very kind of tribal, primitive kind of lifestyle. You're all, like I said, you're using animal hide for armor and clothing, basic, wood and stone weaponry. You all have no idea what advanced technology is. You never venture far enough away from your home village to make it to the outer edges of the ship. So yeah, for what it is, your character has no idea. Think you're, playing, a DCC game that's set back in the, the Stone Age or some shit. You don't know anything about technology.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. So, as some of the hunter-gatherers of your tribe, you all are often tasked with heading out into the world and finding food, hunting food, gathering berries, fruits, vegetables, what the fuck ever. Hunting, fishing if you can.
I think I've got it sorted out.
Did we determine what I was afraid of?
Oh no, Chad never came up with an idea of what item you're afraid of. You know what? I'm going to change this. We're just going to go with a monster. I'm going to roll a d10 to figure out the category. That's category 3, and then I'm going to roll a d20 to find the specific monster. 4. You are afraid of deers.
Nice.
Awesome.
Oh, I guess I missed it. He did say cheese. We're going to stick with deers, though. I'm sorry, Crying. That was my fault. Got too many plates I'm juggling right now. I know. I see that now. That's my bad.
I don't know if we make cheese. Like, how primitive are we?
What cheese is easy enough to make as long as you have the appropriate livestock. Why don't we do a... We're going to do a percentile roll. Joe, high or low?
High.
High. So, do you want, if I roll high... Crying likes deer. We're still answering this question, Crying. Does cheese exist? Does your people, are they capable of the domestication and keeping of cows?
I think so.
Do you think so? So if we roll high, cows are a thing. Cows can be had, and if you can have a cow, you can have cheese. Because the
Doesn't work as well with deer, though.
Yeah.
No.
You get kicked in the mouth then when
Well,
that happens. So.
I was specifically thinking of the bacteria that's needed to, it's like rennet. I don't remember. There's a specific bacteria. When they used to make cheese, that bacteria grows naturally in a calf's stomach. So initially, cheese creation would start out as, oh, sheep and goats do cheese too. Okay, cool. Yeah, they take the milk and they pour it in the stomach, or they would take little cuttings of the stomach lining and drop it in the milk, and it would slowly turn to cheese. All right, but we're going with deer. But there's totally cheese there. So what do you all want to start your day out as? It's another wonderful morning. Now the ships have, despite it being ancient, despite it falling into disrepair, the environmental systems still generally work just fine. So as far as you know, the sun rises in the east every morning and it sets in the west every night. There's stars at night. The moon comes out. There's giant, think of like displays.
Are these all like simulated then?
Yeah, but you think it's real.
Okay.
It's the initial creators of the ship for the very long journey the Warden had to take. Wanted to give everyone as realistic of an experience as possible. That way they wouldn't get homesick. But everyone who knew that it wasn't real is long dead. The technology is lost. Yeah.
Just on a giant bubble floating through space waiting to collapse.
Well, you're on one deck of the giant bubble floating through space waiting for it to collapse.
But we don't know that.
You don't know that. So, yeah, what all would you do? You know, your basic hunter-gatherer lifestyle. You have a small village set up made of, crude wood huts on stilts because you're, right along the lake shore there. So you've got your houses stepped up for when the tides come in.
Boy, I assume that there's some sort of menial task that we probably got to do every day.
Yeah, you get through your morning chores. That's fine. I'm asking, you're going to head out into the world. Are you going to go hunting? Are you going to go gathering for fruits and vegetables?
This was that menial task I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. Are you going to hop on a boat and go out fishing?
I figure since we're just a bunch of mutants, we'll go hunting, maybe.
Okay. So, yeah, you gather your spears, you gather your longbows, and you head off into the forests that surround your village.
How does my phobia of deer manifest? Does it specify how it has to?
If a deer shows up, you can't see it. You don't even want to look at it. You're just terrified of it. This game doesn't have hardly anything for mechanics like that. So it is up to you to decide how your character handles when they see deer. The important thing is you're terrified of deer. But
Okay.
how that presents
'Cause-
itself is up for you.
I feel like my character would be like have this extreme hatred of deer because he's afraid of them and would always want to hunt them. But if he like misses or it looks at him weird, he's going to think he's getting like cursed by it or something and
Okay.
then run off. So
It's like I said, it's up to you how you want to translate that. The important thing is you're terrified of them and you'll get absolutely no bonus against them.
okay, cool.
Let's see. I want to look at creatures. That's a fucking review. God damn it. It's such a tiny book. It's easy to skip everything. All right. Let's go. It's a page. That's mutated animals. The fuck it? Wandering monsters encounter table. Phone, why are you making noise? That's fine. Hey, there's Adam. Adam, thanks for swinging by. That's fantastic. And thanks for that sub, man. You are absolutely amazing. So, you're all hunting through. Let's see. I want you all to roll me some dice. So, here's the real question. For Metamorphosis Alpha, you've got two options for dice rolling. You can roll a d20, or you can roll 3d6. And you're wanting to get under whatever score is going to be tied to, which is going to be, Constitution, Dexterity, Strength. Actually, no, I'm sorry. There's a bunch of different ways. There's no hard set way, at least that I can tell. So we're going to just do d6 tests. If I tell you to make a test, you're going to roll a d6. I'm going to set what the range is on the dice, and you have to hit at my range or lower.
Okay.
Let's see. No, I wanted to go here.
What test are we rolling for? The hunting.
They really don't give me any fucking stats on monsters.
They're all so powerful you don't need stats.
Yeah.
Just understand that they
That's
will
fine.
annihilate.
I'm just going to make it up. You're hunting and you see a stabber. This is a kind of bird. Let me make sure I'm telling you the right thing.
Oh no, the burbs.
It's about 2 feet in length, maybe 3 feet. It's got these shiny looking, kind of metallic looking feathers. And it's got this long pointed beak that's like 5 inches long. You see it. It can be tough to take down. But underneath all of those hard feathers, there's some really tender stabber meat. So think this is, bigger than a chicken. This flying bird, it's moving from tree to tree, stabbing its beak in hard, looking for grubs or something like that deep in the meat of the tree. What do you all want to do?
How far away are we from it?
Like 40 feet right now. You're just moving through the brush. You see it.
could try and use my bizarre telekinetic arm to stab it with a spear.
How far out can your telekinetic arm go?
50 yards.
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
So, a stabber has an armor class of 2. So, what's your weapon class for this spear?
I assume it's 1 because I don't know any better.
That is not going to be correct.
Perfect.
Hang on, I'll find it for you. So, every weapon has a weapon class. Also, we need to look at your strength as well.
Using my telekinetic arm, it's 18.
Okay. So we need to look at ability explanation. So I need to go to page 10, because if your strength is over a certain point, you get some bonus to damage.
Yeah, I did read that at least. For every point over 14 or at 14, I think it goes up.
Yep. Every point over 14. So if you got an 18 with this, that means your base damage gets a +4.
Yep.
All right. And we need to look at weapons. Weapons and damage tables. That's page 19. All right, a spear. What the fuck is the weapon class? God damn it.
I see the weapon, but not the class.
Weapon class. There it is. It's right above it. Let's see. Swords, daggers, bludgeoning. Nope. Crossbows and spears. Weapon class 2. So,
Okay.
roll me 3d6.
13.
13. So you reach out with your telekinetic arm or anything and you stab. That's the number. Must equal or exceeded. Okay. Yeah, it just harmlessly glances off of this stabber's feathers and just kind of pokes into the wood.
Oh no.
The stabber now realizes that you're standing there. It turns and it sees you. What's your dexterity?
It's a whopping 12, at least for far away.
Okay.
I'm gonna die immediately.
So it turns around and it swoops down at you. What's your armor class?
5, I think is what you said.
Yeah, that sounds right. Oh my gosh, I'm going to roll a d20. Oh, yeah.
Oh no. Not the good point for the world.
And it drops 18 points of damage as it pierces into you.
My organs. I need those.
So, Joe and Jake, what are your mutants going to do now seeing this stabber just stab the shit out of Dan?
I'm gonna attack it.
Sure. Go ahead. Roll me a d20. Your weapon class is 2.
Okay. I'm trying to see how.
What's up?
Because I have electrical or heat generation
Okay.
power.
Actually, this gives a being an eel-type power, emitting electrical shocks of heat for 3 dice each melee turn to those touching the mutant.
I want to try and punching it.
So that's going to be 3d6 damage. And
Okay.
let's see. We're going to call that... I don't see where it is, so I'm just going to call that an armor class 3, or weapon class 3 against an armor class 2. What'd you roll, Joe?
I don't know what I add to it, but I rolled
Nothing.
7.
So you miss.
Okay.
So you're not able to use your electrical eel charges.
TPK by the first creature we see.
Probably. I didn't realize a woodpecker was so fucking dangerous in this game.
He's
Jake?
unbeatable.
What do you got, man?
Well, I don't want to approach it on account of my being a hemophiliac and on account of that being a bird that stabs literally everything.
Yeah.
So, I also don't want to stab Dan accidentally with a spear or something.
Man,
I think it would be great.
just do me a favor and end me faster.
Let Dan
You know what?
make
Yeah,
another
I'll try to be a Superman here with this thing and just.
All right, roll me a d20. I'll let you know. You got to hit a 16 or higher to injure this thing.
Yeah, mistakes were made when we picked a fight with something that's nearly
What
untouchable.
class is a spear again?
Class 2.
Class 2, okay. There is no range. I just want to attack.
If I can hit it, then we got a chance.
Or you can just roll a d20.
Okay, there we go.
There's a roll built into the sheet too.
My weapon has no effect.
Oh, wow.
Curses.
Did you roll that right?
Yeah.
It says your range. Was your range put in it?
Well, he rolled a 2.
No.
We don't need
Yeah.
a range. He just rolled a 2. It's a definite miss.
But you just
Okay.
rolled class. It should look like something like this.
Wait, underneath it says he rolled a 1d20 and he got a 2.
Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's nice. If you do it there, it actually tells you what AC it hits. Okay. And this is
Yeah,
descending.
I think
AC.
mine hit. Mine hit absolutely no AC.
Well,
out
Karian,
there.
this is a primitive hunter-gatherer type thing. I'm presuming they don't even really know what the fuck metal is. So, yeah, that's why I didn't mention that. I
Our
just...
spears are really just a bunch of ancient pencils taped together.
Dan, I'll let you take another turn.
Okay, before I die,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. I did it. If I did it, I mean I did nothing. Time
did
to start
nothing.
running away.
As this creature, what's your armor class?
It's still 5. Like I said, time to start running away. I think that still hits.
Yeah, it would.
I got the little chart up here too.
Okay. It deals another 13 points of damage.
Good grief.
Before, as Joe, I don't know your character's name. I never asked. We're just saying your characters are named your names for simplicity.
Mm-hmm.
So, Joe, as you're getting ready to stab this thing with your spear, all of a sudden, out of a tree nearby, leaps this giant, I say giant, a very large humanoid-esque figure out from a tree and lands directly on top of this stabber.
A
Just
more competent character has arrived.
stomps on it hard, underfoot, under this clawed foot holding it to the ground. It reaches down with these clawed paws and picks it up and just snaps the thing's neck. And as you look at it, you see this robot cougar.
Oh no, a more competent character has arrived.
An anthropomorphic cougar robot wearing a rather revealing dress.
Hmm.
Well,
I'm too old for you, Cougar. Get out of here.
Is this the part where I play dead? Does that work on them?
You
You said they're like humanoid. Like, are they able to talk?
they're talking to you now.
Oh, cool.
You all had your hands full quite a bit there. What's some strapping young muties like you doing running around in these parts?
I thought we'd find food, but I think I'm dying.
Yeah. I don't know how healing works in this game. I never fucking looked it up. Let me take a look real quick.
We're just gonna slam headfirst into every rule.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Healing of body
sensible.
damage. Age, is that 23? 23.
I lost like 2/3 of my health.
To rest. 1 point a day.
Oh God, no! It's gonna take me an eternity to get back my health.
Well, she pulls out of her little clutch that she's got hanging from this bejeweled string rope a small little weird device. You've never seen anything like it before. It's a white box with several buttons on the front of it. Of course, you don't even know what buttons are. And she points it at you, Dan, and she pushes some buttons into it.
No, don't shoot.
And all of a sudden, this pink light just starts scanning up and down you as you feel it healing you.
Yay!
And it heals you completely.
Hooray!
You all don't know the ways of these parts. I can teach you some things if you want. Maybe over it's fairly early, maybe over a nice brunch if you're interested. Hey there, Bert. We are stumbling through some Metamorphosis Alpha because our alien game fell through tonight.
Breakfast, yes.
Why
Learn
don't you
something? Yes.
why don't you all come with me over to my place? It's not too far from here.
Do you eat mutants? Are we breakfast?
No. Not some sweet things like you. You might be tasty, but you're not food, you're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bert, go easy, because I've skimmed the rules, and I don't know what the fuck we're doing, so it's great. And
Everything is wonderful.
she's like, follow me this way.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
as you make your way through it, following this cougaroid, oh great, now I've got two people that know how the game works that judge us.
Oh no.
All the terrible things we're about to do. We didn't even know how fucking character creation worked before we started.
But we have something that resemble characters now.
We kind of sort of do. You make your way over, maybe, 30, 40 yards. Yeah, I feel it, Bert. I feel it. 30, 40 yards. And there's this strange, once again, like that stabber's feathers, metallic looking like large box. It's kind of curved on the fronts. It's kind of curved on the back. It's rectangular. There's this big open area in the center that looks like there's seats inside of it.
Is this
But this strange metallic thing, it's not like silvery like the stabber is. It's this really bright. It's a color you've never seen before. Those of us living in the real world would know that it's hot pink.
Ooh.
As she gets you in her hot pink space caddy. Don't worry, I'm driving. As she hops in and gestures to each of you to get into one of the seats.
driving? Yes, that's a good one. Oh, driving is...
There's rules somewhere in this book to figure out if you can, learn how devices work. Dan, why don't you see if you can find that while I keep ignoring that rule?
Perfect. Yep, I'll look for a second.
As all of a sudden this thing starts shaking and vibrating, making this weird like whoa weird noise, and then it just starts rising right off the forest floor, going straight up into the sky. You've never been this high off the ground before in your life.
I
As
vomit.
you vomit in the car, or do you lean over and vomit outside of the car?
It's like a trail. Like it starts in, but I get most of it out.
Oh, that's amusing. I'm not going to go into that. Listen, when you have kids, every now and then you get that trail of vomit going to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep my spear aimed at the floor of this device, just
And
in case I
as
have to kill it.
busts above the tree line, she's like, "Oh my gosh, that smells terrible. Please, next time, lean out before you vomit in my car. I just had
I'm
this
sorry,
detailed."
I wasn't ready.
As it starts moving forward, slowly gaining speed, you can feel the wind pushing against your face. It's so fast. Every now and then, like a bug might like ping you on the forehead or something like that. As she zips you further than you've ever been before. Yeah, no, Mish, it's a pink Cadillac. Past trees, past areas of swamp, past a great desert, and there's this oasis kind of in the center of this desert. As she lands there next to the side of the oasis, and you can see in this oasis there's this strange hut built on the water, just kind of floating there. And it's great and it's elaborate. It's tall and it's got all these weird doors over it that look like it's got like water standing vertically in it. Would be windows that you would all know. Ah, come on in. This is my houseboat. It's not quite as good as my normal place, but you know, let's see if we can make some waves. Oh snap! 20 sides to every story. Thanks for coming by. We're giving our first go at Metamorphosis Alpha. None of us know what the fuck we're doing, so we're just having a good time. Right now, our 3 players here, they're all playing mutants. They are in a sci-fi pink Cadillac by a cougaroid, who is taking them to her houseboat for brunch.
Perfectly normal start.
Just a regular day.
One of the physical mutations that I rolled for kind of works with not having any sensory nerve endings, which is the like partial shell.
Oh,
So
yeah?
I'm just gonna say like my skin's way too thick to feel anything.
Okay, cool. So she escorts you out, and there's this strange bridge moving over the water that kind of moves with the water as you walk over it. Captain Cryan, what the fuck do you think I'm doing right now, man? You got my number. You know what it is. So she takes you inside.
Oh, I don't think we can learn devices as mutants.
You should be able to learn devices.
It says that you reference the difficulty of the device against your leadership number.
That's some bullshit. That is a rule that we would not abide by. Everyone, roll 3d6, and on the human thing, plug that number into leadership. You can't get followers, but for the purpose of learning how items work, that's what we're going to do.
And just to be clear, I might misunderstand this. Complexity rating of the item against the leadership potential. So
Okay. There's a chart.
Yeah.
This game has charts. Charts out the ass. Much easier, simpler charts than some other games. Anyway, she leads you all into her houseboat. Do you follow?
Spiffy.
I'm scared.
She takes you inside. It's really weird, gaudy decorations. Rather than there being like animal skins and stuff, like a bear rug, like a bearskin rug or something like that. It's a person skin rug. She's got assorted people heads mounted on the walls.
Human heads? Or...
Yeah, human heads.
Oh, good. So
Don't
when
worry about those. Just some hunting trips that I went on here recently.
as long as it's not me, then everything will be
no.
great.
I never hunt mutants. Let's each of us, let's go ahead and let's get a seat. Why don't you all sit here at this table? And she's this really nice, fancy looking, like ornate table. There's a candelabra in the center of it. There's 6 chairs going around it. She's like, just grab yourself some seats. I'll go get us. I got some nice champagne, a little bit of orange juice. What do you all think about mimosas?
That's a word.
Oh, that's right. You all probably don't know what that is. Don't you worry. I got you taken care of.
I will enjoy these seeds, and I'll grab one of the candles from the candelabra and eat it.
Okay, cool. It's disgusting, but it's
Yeah,
not
I'm
the
not
worst
enjoying
thing
it.
you've ever eaten. So she comes
I'll
back.
grab one and eat one too,
Okay.
but I'm not able to taste it, so I'll
Yeah.
just eat the whole thing.
It's texture in your mouth. Sure.
Judging by the weak show of approval, I'll maybe look for something else to eat randomly in the room.
There's at the table, there's, china set out. There's forks, knives, spoons.
I'll just actually pick up the plate and just start.
I love it. Yeah, you take a bite.
What a savage. I'll try to cut my plate.
You try and cut your plate. But Dan, the shards of the ceramic break off and deal you 3 points of damage in your mouth.
Oh no.
As you start like sputtering out a little bit of blood.
This is not delicious. This is not delicious.
But she comes back a few minutes later with a carafe of this light orange liquid and 4 strange, clear, essentially 4 fluted champagne glasses. Because I don't know what you serve mimosas out of. I always buy my shit pre-made or I just put it in a big pitcher and drink it out of the pitcher. I have healthy drinking habits.
Screwdrivers in a solo cup. Got it.
Got it. So, yeah, she's like, oh, good, you're all sitting now. You're in these big wooden, like, chairs, like wooden arms, high wooden backing, like ornate carvings in it. It's got these velvet cushioned seats that you're sitting on. It's really comfy. Now, as I was saying, like, I don't hunt mutants. Because, you don't eat mutants, your meat, it's all tainted. It's no good. But it does serve pretty good of keeping, the livestock fed, while we're fattening them up to, eat holidays and stuff. You understand how it goes. Right?
Yes.
Yep.
No, all about that.
As she pulls out that weird little box that she had in her clutch and she pushes another button on it. And all of a sudden, these metal bands come out of the arms of the chair, around your arms, around your legs, and around your chest, and lock you all in. If you guys want to try and leap out of the chair beforehand, real quick, what is everybody's dexterity score?
16.
9.
12.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Each of you can roll a d6. If it's a 1, you can leap out of the chair. Joe, since you got a 16, I'll let you on a 1 or a 2. You can leap out of the chair.
I assume that anything unpredictable happening would cause us to panic, so.
1.
Joe, you killed it, man. Now we're waiting for Dan. Okay. Dan, Jake, you two are trapped in these chairs. As Joe, you leap out onto the table. 2 of 3 ain't bad, and she pushes another button on it. And all of a sudden, realize that you're on a platform. These chairs, this table, it's on a platform, and it just drops. It's not going so fast that you're worried about, possibly getting hurt. Of course, it's probably faster of a drop and longer of a drop than any of you have experienced. Joe, give me another D6.
Okay. Five.
You try and leap off the table onto the kind of as this thing's descending, but you don't manage to grab the ledge. So you slip back down, and you're standing next to Jake and Dan strapped into these chairs as this thing descends into darkness. And
Okay.
slowly, like you're in this tube and you can see the water around you, and then it converts to metal. And then it opens up and you're looking in this giant space you've never seen before. A world underneath your world. It's totally bizarre. And you see all these giant pipes and, you know, different kinds of strange structures. You're in the mechanical space between the decks. And eventually the light from up above fades and you stop. And you're in darkness. You can see there's floor around you. You're on some kind of, you know, ground level. And you hear movement in the dark, slowly coming
What
towards
are
you.
these? What are these chairs made out of?
Wood.
that
It looks
they're-
like wood.
Okay.
As you hear something, something slowly, food. Oh, it's food.
I'm gonna be working this whole time to try and break them out of their
Sure.
chairs.
What's your
I've also
strength score?
got
What
I've
do you
got
got?
heightened strength. I don't know how that affects my score.
Let's take a look real quick at Control F. Heightened strength. I didn't spell strength right, but that's okay. Close a fucking
I
enough.
posted it in Roll20 because I have heightened strength as well.
Oh. Increase the physical prowess above and beyond 18 possible to cause 3 dice of damage over. That makes my head hurt. Jake, what does it mean?
I think if your damage is 1d6 for your weapon, normally you would do 3d6 damage.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that
okay.
means wording
Yeah.
wise.
How would you
yeah.
roll? How would you roll beyond 18 if you only roll 3d6?
So no, here's what it means. If you stab with the spear, it does 1d6 damage.
Mhm.
It means you would roll 4d6 for your damage.
Does that stack with precision? Because I also have precision.
What the fuck does precision do?
It also
2d6
gives you
over.
2 bonus d6.
Yeah,
with
it sounds
any
like your base damage rolls get 5 extra damage die.
Oh my god. I re-rolled on strength because it gave me a heightened taste, but that didn't work with my no sensory.
So I'll tell you what, Joe, with your heightened strength, give me a d6 roll. We're going to
Yep.
call this 3 and under is a success.
I rolled a 4.
So you start struggling. You could feel the wood breaking, but you're just not getting there. As you start seeing these people, humans, they're pale, like they've been underground for a long time. They're all kind of plump, like they've had a lot of good stuff to eat.
Mhm.
And they're food, and you can see some of them are armed with odd little metallic clubs. Think like pipes and stuff.
Okay.
If you all want to try again, and yeah,
I would like to.
for what
I
it's
would like
worth,
to assist in the breaking out of my own self.
so you get a Joe, make it a 4 and below. So roll me another d6. Yeah, you and Jake work, and he busts out. Now, Jake, you still got these bands around you with bits of wood attached to the back, but you can now stand up and move freely. Are you guys going to go
Hooray.
help Dan?
Absolutely.
All right. If all 3 of you work together, we're going to call it Joe. Roll me a d6. We'll call it 5 and below.
yes, I would like to help save myself.
Another 4.
and you break out, Dan. So all of you are on this small little dining room table platform. There's a candelabra, there's some silverware, there's plates, there's a tablecloth, and it's all of these like underground humanoids are coming out of the darkness, moving towards you.
Hmm.
What do you all want to do?
I want to
Are we-
grab the plate I was trying to cut up earlier and just frisbee it at one of these guys.
Sure, give me a d20.
Yep.
All right.
I was gonna ask, are we surrounded, or are they all kind of coming from like one side?
Not entirely surrounded. We'll say you're like 75% surrounded. So Jake, roll me a d20.
Got a 12.
We're gonna say these dudes have a low armor class. Yeah, so you throw this plate. Give me a d6 plus any extra damage you have. As you just throw this plate like a frisbee with this intense might. What's up?
Oh, never mind. Sorry. I had a thought, and I don't anymore.
You got
With my-
heightened strength too, right?
Yeah.
Give me
so
3 more
should I-
d6s.
Hell yeah. Excellent.
As you deal, was that 12 points of damage, and it collides with one of these humans coming out of the darkness, and just right in the throat it hits, like as this thing drops to the ground. It's grasping at its throat, gasping for breath as the rest of the horde slowly closes in. Are you going to fight them, or are you going to run?
I think we should.
How many are there? Rough estimate.
Give me a I want to like an intelligence style roll, so give me a d6. What's your intelligence score? Is intelligence a thing here?
There's mental resistance.
Sure. What's your mental resistance?
11.
All right, give me a d6 on a 1 or 2.
1.
Okay, yeah. You can see there's maybe like 20 of them.
20. Okay. I have a big AoE attack if you guys want to run.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Karian, probably not, but you know what? We're going with it, right? So Jake and Dan, you two start running. You find an open spot
Gotta
between.
grab that candelabra.
Sure, you
Please.
grab the candelabra. You can count it as like a club.
I figure we can also use it for light.
You guys, I'm going to yell, you guys need to get at least 50 feet away from me.
We're going to say, Dan, it's weapon class, we'll call it weapon class 3, and it's going to deal D4 damage.
Okay. I mostly just wanted it as like a light source.
Okay, so
potentially.
yeah, you got some light too. So Joe, what are you doing?
So I have a mental mutation called Life Leech, where I can drain life within a 50-foot diameter. This mutation drains 6 points of health per melee turn from all beings within the circle and transfers them directly to me for a 24-hour period.
Okay,
Wow.
let's go ahead and do that. So, did you need to make an attack on that?
It doesn't say. It acts like it just... So the drawback is it works on... Like, I can't pinpoint it, so it would also hit my allies.
Okay, so the two of them start running, and how much damage does it do?
6 per... It's just flat 6 per melee turn.
Is there like a limit to how frequently you can use it?
Probably not.
I don't
Because like the
think
one
so.
I
It
have
doesn't
says
say.
I can only use it every 4 melee turns.
Let's see. Let's see, mental.
I mean, not saying we need to be hung up on it, but you'd think something
Right.
that powerful would have some limitations.
Yeah. I don't see where it says that though.
Because otherwise, you're basically just like a one-man killing machine.
We'll go with 1 every 4. Yeah, so you just blast this thing out, and you see all these people start dropping, and you can feel their life essence kind of sucking into you. And it gives you your opportunity to run.
Mhm.
So the three of you bolt out. You're now lost. Oh, snap. Lollygaggers is coming in for a raid as well.
Oh, dang.
Once again, hey, thanks for showing up. We're playing Metamorphosis Alpha. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. This is the first time we've played the game. We started and we didn't even know how the fuck to make characters.
We didn't even have a layout.
Didn't even have a layout. So yeah, we're pulling it out of our ass. No one knows what they're doing, so just enjoy the horrible story. So far, a cougaroid has lured the three of them into a feeding pit where they keep all the humans to fatten them up for harvest.
And we've killed most of those humans, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be really happy with us.
Yeah.
Oh, and I almost got murdered by the first creature we saw that wasn't.
Dan almost got killed by a woodpecker right out the bat.
Yeah, a metal woodpecker, though.
Yeah. So yeah, you all slip off into the darkness. You're moving through these giant spaces. And you finally come up to this strange portal. Now it's a door like you have in your huts. But there's a label, a weird little box, kind of like the weird box the cougaroid had, but it's like set into the wall. There's some buttons, and then there's a band of color over the top of it with a brown light behind it. So it's kind of lit up, this glowing brown color. You push it.
So Life Leech doesn't have any restraint on how often I can use it. I think it's up to a maximum of 6 points
Oh,
of
okay.
damage, though.
Oh, okay.
So it can only inflict 6 points of damage.
That
Okay.
would make more sense. I was going to say, like, 6 damage to everybody would be just nuts.
Yeah, I get to absorb all of it
Yeah.
per everyone and keep it for 24 hours.
So
But
why don't each of you give me that technology test?
Sure.
Roll me a d20.
Oops, that's not a slash. There we go. A twee,
So that means you're all gonna make me look up that fucking chart too.
which I don't actually see by the thing that describes it.
Item complexity chart. That is gonna be on page 22. Oh, that's where I was. Okay. All right. So, this is a percentile.
Oh,
Roll me a percentile. Dan, what's your leadership potential?
it's 7.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, give me a percentile there, Dan.
It's a 26. I'm gonna assume that that's not enough.
Yeah, you don't know anything. Joe, what's your leadership number?
7 as well.
All right, give me a percentile.
89.
Okay, that's good. Jake, what's your leadership number?
11.
Oh, wow. Look at you, Mr. Brains. Go ahead and roll me that percentile.
46.
No, you missed it. Not by much, but you missed it. So, Joe, you're the only one. As you're looking at this, you're just like, I wonder if there's something that you need to apply to this to get this door to open.
Oh,
Like
no,
maybe
it's
there's something you need and you don't have.
Okay.
Doom
You
music.
hear the horde of people moving towards you.
What does the door look like again?
Just a metal door.
Hmm.
Sci-fi door.
Okay. Does it have
there
any, like-
other? Never mind.
What's
Go ahead.
that?
Is there any like buttons or anything sticking out around it?
Yeah, there's a little panel with a couple of buttons and this brown light.
I'm gonna push all of the buttons with my hand.
Sure, doesn't work. Once again, like I said, you get a feeling that there's something else you need to get this door open.
I was just gonna ask if there's other ways away from this door other than how we came.
You're
and
kind
where-
of in this open area, so I mean, like, you've just found a wall, so you can go left or right and kind of trace along the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we just go to the left like we always do?
Sure.
Sure.
You all take off and you're following along, heading left. You've got your right hand on the wall. You're moving from the light of the candelabra. And eventually, you come across these strange boxes. They look like they're made of bone. Just these white boxes. They're maybe like 4 feet tall, 4 feet wide.
If they're like lids on them, or are they open? Or
It looks like there's lids on it.
I use my arms, my
Mhm.
telekinesis arm to
You
open
use your
one.
telekinesis arm. There's we're gonna say there's 4 boxes. And
Just pick one of them and open
yeah,
the
you
lid.
open it up and you look inside, and it's full of these. I don't know how to describe it. Think like as players, I would describe them to you as like candy bars. But you see these foil-looking, metallic-looking little bars that are like crimped on the ends. And they've got strange lettering across the front of them. But that's what you see, and this box is full.
Huh. How heavy would it be to carry one of these boxes around with us?
A 4 foot by 4 foot box that's packed full of these things. It would take probably all 3 of you, and you would be moving very slow.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just grab a handful and put them in whatever I can.
Okay, yeah, you start loading your pockets up. Give me a D20. How many
It's
did you
not
get?
bad. 17.
You got 17 of these things in your pocket. Now, what did I say? There was 2 more crates.
Yeah,
4 crates.
I'm
4 crates altogether, so 3 more crates.
gonna pop open another one.
Sure, you pop open another one, and it's full of similar looking little bars, but there's different markings on the front of it. I'm presuming none of you can read at this point.
Yeah,
Probably not. Let's go ahead and open up the other 2. Maybe they're all these bizarre things.
So yeah, you open up the third one, full of more of these. It's different markings on these too. But as you open up the fourth one, flies, bugs kind of swarm out of it. As you look inside and you see the corpse of a person. Looks like a human. They're wearing strange clothes, unlike anything you've ever seen. Like they're this olive green, and they start at their ankles and they completely cover their entire body and go clear to their wristing like a jumpsuit. They got a belt around them with pouches on the belt. And on the wrist of the corpse, you can see this strange bracelet.
I want to grab it.
Okay. This strange bracelet with this brown kind of marking plate on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that. I'm not repulsed by the smell or anything since I can't smell.
Okay. So yeah, you
So
reach in,
just go like, buddy.
you disconnect the bracelet from around this thing. You accidentally pop this poor person's thumb off in the process. Do you put the bracelet on?
I'm probably just gonna hold it.
Okay, sure, yeah. You've got this
Does
bracelet
it like
in your hand.
easily stamp on? Is it like
Yeah.
magnetic or something?
It's like magnetic, like it's magnetic with a little twist, so it's not hard to get on and off.
What's in his pockets is
Sure, you start rooting through his pockets. You find some strange, flat, tiny little metal discs. But as you start rooting through like his belt with all these pouches, you find this strange knife, and it folds out like it's kind of all compact, and then you realize you can pull it and it pops out, but then you can't figure out how to close it again. But you got this really nice looking knife. Let's say it does D4 damage. You find some assorted weird little metallic parts, bits. You can grab those if you want. But the other thing you find is this odd, strange, it's kind of on the side of his hip, and this, pouch that's open on the top. And it's kind of, it's shaped like a right angle. Part of it's got a grip like you would hold it. And it's got a little hoop on the front with a little piece of metal sticking down.
Who needs courage? Well, you've got a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Not that my character knows that.
Yeah. So that's what you find on him.
Yay. Would I be able to make, and of course, horribly fail to see if I know what to do with this thing?
Mm-hmm.
I can start by just killing us by failing to learn how to use it.
Sure.
I want to study this bracelet too.
Yeah, give me.
Just smash through all the.
You're smashing through what?
I'm smashing through all the silver bars.
Sure. As you're breaking these weird little silver bars open, you can realize there's like this weird looking, some of them have this green stuff inside. Some of them have red, some of them have blue. It seems like each crate is filled with this one color. Kind of smells food-like.
I'll sniff it and I'll taste it.
Sure. Which color do you taste?
Blue.
Blue?
Or green, whichever.
Green? It's your choice. There's blue and there's green.
Okay, well, I'll try blue.
Blue, you taste blue. It tastes like berries.
Oh man,
It tastes good. Chews up good. Goes down easy. Some kind of food rations.
I'm gonna take as many of these as I can.
Sure, roll me a d20.
All right.
I'll do that as
Boom.
well.
17. Oh my god. Hunting successful.
Wow. We're going to have so many candy bars.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna be right back. Again,
Sure.
Dr. Pepper.
I don't see where guns are in the item complexity.
It's up for me to set.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to learn how to use it. I can tell you that right now. Unless you arbitrarily make the number amazingly low.
What did you roll?
A 28.
Yeah, you don't get it. Joe? Well, yeah.
Maybe I can
I
let
rolled
someone
a
smarter than me look at it.
77.
Okay. So, what did you roll, Dan?
I got 28. Joe got a 77, it sounds like. So-
I got a 77, but I was inspecting the bracelet.
Oh. Well, maybe somebody smarter than me should.
Joe, you can figure out this bracelet. You get a feeling, I can't tell you exactly what it does, but this weird brown marking looks really similar to that brown light on that door.
Okay.
Dan, you said you rolled a
Cool.
28?
I sure did. I think
That's
that's
amazing.
I think that's 2 28s I've rolled now. I got 26 first time. It's
Okay,
probably
cool.
amazing enough to shoot myself,
Yeah, it is.
which is exactly what I expected to have happen.
So I'm going to guess that's range.
It is.
Cool. This is great. Everything's great, Dan.
I can't take it anymore.
As you accidentally shoot yourself in the face for 22 points of damage.
God damn.
But you know now which end is the dangerous end. You just don't know how to activate it.
Perfect. So it does 5d6 damage.
Yeah.
Good God.
I want to inspect it now that he has pointed out which hole hurts.
Sure. Give me that percentile.
37.
Ooh, lucky you. Yeah, you have no fucking clue.
What weapon class is gun?
Oh god. Dan, give me another percentile.
Oh no, why?
There's an extra table for accidentally shooting yourself.
Oh no. Well, I got an 86 this
Okay,
time.
you're fine.
Only had gotten that the first.
With that gun, you dealt that damage to yourself, but there is another table. If it's a very dangerous item, which a laser pistol is, if you accidentally hurt yourself, there's a 30% chance that you just kill yourself outright with it.
Oh my god.
And I would do that.
So, Joe, what did you roll? You rolled a 37, which is above
Yeah.
the accidentally shooting yourself. You know which point end is the dangerous end. You just don't know how to activate this thing.
Okay.
So when Jake
I'm going to
gets
assume
back,
it's a throwing weapon. Because
okay,
it seems like if you touch it, it hurts you.
okay,
So,
sure.
so
Well,
I'm going
that's-
to tell Dan, I think you're supposed to throw it
Unless
at.
Jake wants to give it a shot.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to touch it because I think it might hurt me.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, you got this weird throwing weapon that occasionally shoots out this strange red light, which hurts really bad. So
I was much more careful when I handled it. So that's why it didn't hurt me. But if you were to
okay.
throw it at somebody,
Okay, well, hold it up. Hold it up. Let me get a look at it.
All right.
Jake, okay.
I think it's a rock that shoots light.
Jake, would you please roll me a percentile?
Oh no, oh, there we go. Oh my.
That's good. That's good. You just somehow you're looking at this rock, and in the process of Joe showing you this strange rock, it goes off for 18 points of damage,
Oof.
and it shoots you.
This laser pistol is going to be our undoing.
Yeah. So I just once again, Jake, you rolled 100. That's fantastic. If you rolled a 30 or less, it would have killed you.
Hooray. What? How does my hemophilia kick in?
I'm going to say laser pistols, they do cauterizing wounds, so we don't need to worry about
Yeah.
it right now.
That's fair.
So, two of you have managed
Right.
to seriously injure yourself with this strange weapon.
I think I'm going to hold on to it since they both almost
Hey.
hurt themselves really bad with it.
Give it away.
Or if you want it.
I still want it. It
Yeah,
almost killed
I'll let
me,
you.
so.
I'll let you keep it. I'll say like, stop touching it. It's gonna. You need to throw it. Then I'm gonna like have the bracelet just like wrapped around my wrist, or wrapped around like the front of my hand,
Sure.
and I'll say I think this is for that part of the wall.
Okay.
Let's head back over.
Yeah, you head back. But sadly, the blast of light from this pistol attracted a couple of these people to you. So, two of them approach. Here's what we're going to do for initiative. We're going to do some two-sided initiative. So, one of you is going to roll a d6, and I'm going to roll a d6. Whoever's higher, your side gets to go first. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to declare your action and your target, and then on your guys' turn, you'll resolve your actions and targets. On my turn, I'll resolve my actions and targets.
Okay.
So, who on your team is rolling a d6?
Not it.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 2.
All right, this side gets to go first. The two of them stumble up. One of them goes up to Jake, and the other one goes up to Jake. Jake, what's your armor class?
5.
That's right. You all have an armor class of 5.
We are wildly not durable.
Okay, so I'm going to roll their attack rolls. Ooh, that 11.
Oh.
The 11 misses. The 20 connects as this person runs up and just slugs you in the face for 3 points of damage.
It's not too bad.
All right. So, what are you all doing on your turn?
I'm going to attack the one that landed a hit.
Okay. Dan?
Just attack the other one.
Okay. Jake?
I'm going to throw a couple of these, couple of my 17 mysterious tasty bars at these things and say, food!
Sure. All right. So, Joe, why don't you go and do your attack?
Okay. It's a 12.
That's a class 2. Yeah, that's a hit, man.
Cool.
Give me your damage on that.
And I'm punching him with heated fist.
How much damage does your heated fist do?
Doesn't. For 3 dice.
Okay, so we're going to say a punch. I'm just calling it a D4 because I don't know the actual number. So you'll add a D4 for your fist, the 3 dice for your heat, 3 dice for your strength, and 2 dice for the other thing. So you're about to roll 8d6 for this damage.
Okay. So let's do the D4 first.
I'm sorry, 8d4. I'm sorry, they're all going to be D4s.
8d4. Okay.
Yeah, so now go and roll me just 7d4.
Okay. 21 damage total.
Okay, wow. Yeah, you run up and you heat punch this thing. Your fist just sizzles into the flesh. It staggers back a few feet, holding its face like, oh, what the fuck, man? Just let me eat you. Dan, go ahead.
I'll try and stab him with the spear.
Go ahead. That's a hit.
Yeah.
As you run up and skewer this dude with the spear, killing him as he drops dead to the ground. Jake,
Then
go ahead.
can I do a real quick free action?
What?
I'm gonna take our shiny rock and point it at the other guy, probably the wrong way, and say, "How does it work?"
Okay, give me a D6. You point it at him. You say, how does it work? He looks at you. Oh, I'll show you. Now, Jake, you start throwing food bars at this dude.
Yeah.
Are you doing it to hurt him or just try to distract him?
Distract him.
Okay. I'll say you just do. I'm not going to make you roll on this one. You start throwing food bars at it. So on his next turn, he's going to be distracted because he's getting pelted with all these food bars.
Probably better than him
Excellent.
taking the gun and shooting me.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who on your side's rolling the D6 for initiative?
Jake?
I rolled a 4 again.
Yep. Someone else roll it this time.
One. Ooh, they get to go again.
1.
He dives at the gun. Dan, you and I are about to have an opposing battle of strength. What's your strength score?
With my fancy arm, it's 18.
Okay, you're going to let's call that. You're going to roll me a d10.
All right. Probably still not enough.
Oh, it's a tie.
It's high.
So, Dan, on your turn, you're going to be stuck wrestling with this dude over the gun. Neither of you are making any headway. Joe and Jake, what are you guys doing on your turn?
There's just this one guy left, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna just punch at him.
sure.
Yeah, I too will punch him.
Sure, go ahead and roll me your attacks.
17.
18.
Yeah, those are both hits.
8.
So,
25 heated damage as I'm picture just my character putting his fists together, just doing
Just
like the
axe
two-handed.
chop on him. Jake, are you attacking with
Yeah.
a spear or punching?
Punching.
Okay, you got heightened strength as well, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
So that's what, 4d4?
Mm-hmm.
Give me your damage there.
Let's see here. Physical. That
10
counted
damage.
as that counted as d6s, unfortunately.
That's fine. Listen,
You know, yeah. Not that
Okay.
it matters too
Wow,
much. It's just,
Nice.
9 damage.
I just
So
want
yeah,
to see
still
how bad
good.
I stomp the pulp that Joe left behind.
Well, here's the thing. Joe comes down in his heavy two-handed chop. Jake, you go up with this uppercut, and your fists connect in the middle as you just spray this dude's head across the three of you. And Dan, you can feel his grip on the gun go slack as this now mostly headless corpse falls onto the ground next to you.
Well, we at least know it's valuable now.
You head to that door?
Sure.
Hell yeah. I'm getting my candy bars back first.
Yeah, you pick up your candy bars.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we can offer someone some candy bars in exchange for telling us how it works.
So I've got the bracelet wrapped around my fist. And I'm just gonna like forcefully push all of the buttons with the bracelet.
So as you wrap it around your fist and you move it towards this door, before you even touch it, all of a sudden that brown light turns green for a second and then back to brown, and the door just slides open.
Okay. I'm gonna swipe it back over it again.
The door closes.
I'm gonna swipe it back over again.
Door opens.
I imagine I'm gonna be very entertained by this for a while.
Sure.
And
As Joe is there
doing that.
playing with the door, you all hear the sounds of the other humans slowly closing in on you.
I'll go on through that door.
Okay. I'll leave it open. We'll go through once I hear the horde. Is there like another place to swipe it on the other side?
Yep.
Okay.
You
I'll
swipe
do
it and
that.
the door closes. You find yourself in a small room, but the back of this room has a ladder that goes up. There's a tunnel going up and there's a tunnel going down. On the wall next to the ladder are painted several words. Now, I'll tell you, the first thing you recognize is pointed up. There's an arrow pointing up. There's some strange markings. And I'll say you all can recognize your numbers well enough. And you see that the numbers are 11. And you see that the markings towards the arrow pointing down, you can't make out the letters, but you know the numbers pointing down say 12.
Perfect. Which way do we want to go? Back where we came from or somewhere else entirely?
So we're in the middle. So it's saying that like floor 11 is up and then 12 is down.
Yeah.
Because we're between floors, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't want to go down. I know that we were moved down.
Yeah.
So I want to go up.
What this
Actually,
is.
so when we were flown around and when we landed, did we land like on a structure that was higher up?
I mean, you don't think so.
Okay, I feel like I landed again on the ground somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd want to go back up then.
Okay.
I'm game for going either way. I don't know
Sure.
about you, Jake.
Indifferent.
How about this? Up.
That works.
Going up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try and get home with all this hunted goods we've got.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
If it was under 50, down. If it was over 50, up.
So yeah, you all start climbing up. And you're climbing for what seems like 20 or 30 minutes. Each of you roll me a d6. Well, Jake, Joe, you all have the enhanced strength. So Dan, you roll me a d6.
Catch me, I'm getting fate.
You're doing fine. Well, I am. I'm just going all over what direction the dice are going. I don't know what I'm doing. So every roll I'm making up new until I finally read the fucking rules and know how this game is played.
Perfect.
But you don't fall to your death, which is good.
Yeah.
You
that
all
would
make
be-
your way
silly.
back up. And eventually you find yourself in another one of these rooms. And you can see, looking at the wall next to this ladder in this little room you emerge in, there's the arrow pointing down with the number 12. And there's the arrow pointing up next to the number 10.
So maybe we made it to 11.
There is a door on the other side of this room with another one of these brown lights next to it.
Oh, well, we've got the correct equipment to operate this door.
Yeah, let's beep and boop it.
I guess. Does it have that brown thing
Yeah.
on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. I'm gonna swipe it.
Sure, you swipe. The door opens up and you step back out. You're in the desert. You can see not too far from where you are. You can see the houseboat sitting there in this little oasis, and you see the pink Cadillac parked not too far from it.
Let's go fuck it up.
Now, as you step out, you turn around and you see what you thought was the horizon is just like almost like painted onto the wall, like you're stepping out of a wall. Think like Truman Show, how the horizon was painted. You found the kind of the outer exterior of your floor.
I'm associating this with her witchcraft.
Sure.
I think this is some spell she's created.
Yeah.
I think her car is evil. Her house is evil. I want to go heat it up and burn it down.
Sure. Yeah.
What if we steal her crazy flying machine and then burn
We
it
should
up?
make her. We should use the scary rock to make her fly the machine back home,
Yeah.
and then we use the scary rock on her.
Is that what you want to do?
I'll make sure to keep the business end pointed away from me this time.
And away from me.
And maybe even Joe.
Yeah.
Preferably.
So is there like a way to sneak?
Yeah, we'll go off of what is your dexterity or your agility score?
Yeah, I've got
Dexterity
a
score.
16.
So basically what I'm doing is if your score is a 10, that's a 1 on a d6 is a success. And I'm going to say every 2 points above that, you add 1 to it. So that doesn't make sense. So every 3 points. So 10, then it's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, we'll go that. So if you got a 16, it's going to be a 3. So 3, 1, 2, and 3 on a d6 is what you want to roll. If your score is a 16.
Damn. We have a reroll, don't we?
Karian bought 1 reroll, so please
One.
go ahead.
Wow. 3.
Very
Sweet.
good. So
I'll sneak up.
Yeah, and I'll say you other two, you see Joe moving up, so you can kind of follow in his tracks. I'll let you write off his roll. You sneak up. Are you sneaking up to the car?
Yes. Do I see like any sign of her being there?
No. You don't know. She
Okay.
may be inside, but I mean, you don't know. You'd have to move up and take a look inside.
Um. hmm. Is there any like part of the exterior of the car that looks particularly complicated?
Say
Like
that
just
again.
busy. I'm looking for any part of the exterior of this car that looks particularly complicated. Like I'm not. If there's like a flat, solid colored panel, I'd be avoiding that.
Most of the car is, but if you want to, you would know from where she sat. She had a little control panel that she was using to control the car. But on the outside, you don't really see anything like that.
Okay.
So, like, if you're looking for like a standard gas cap or grill or anything, you don't see it.
Just remember, we gotta get home still. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or we go somewhere entirely different.
Well, how long did we ride in the car with her?
Just a few minutes, but it was going really fast.
Okay. Hmm. I do want to get home.
Take us back to the stabby bird thing, please.
Yeah. I think we go in there and make her take us back home.
I'm sure that's gonna go really well for us.
Okay. So,
He's
Is
bust in there and tell her what's what, right?
Give her the business.
so who's got the gun?
Absolutely.
I've got the gun. I probably shouldn't have the gun.
Okay.
Just
Only
hold the
because-
gun.
Yeah.
That's what matters. All right, I'm gonna kick in the door.
You kick in the door, it flies open.
I'm gonna run in and I'm gonna shout, "We have your berries and your danger rock. You're coming with us."
You can see she's sitting at the table, the same table as before, in the one good chair that wasn't smashed to bits. And she's got some kind of panel emitting light. She's holding it in front of her face, and she's sipping on a mimosa. What? How the hell did you all get back here? You were supposed to be feeding my livestock.
We found this.
Okay, listen. There's no need for us to make any rash decisions here. I know you all are, pretty stupid as mutants, but I'm sure we can come to a responsible agreement where everyone's happy.
Bring us home.
Dan, give me a percentile.
Oh boy.
What's your leadership score again?
It's 7. I got a 54 this time.
Okay.
Bet I rolled such a shit leadership score.
Go and give me another percentile.
All right. I'm at least less likely to have the gun taken away from me. There's an 80.
Well, this might have been one of those chances where you wanted to roll really low.
Oh.
You pointed at her. You're not holding it right. You don't know what you're doing. Does she notice this?
I'm sure.
She does. Okay, sure. Let's go ahead. I'll take you home. No need for us to get hostile. I gotta get my keys for the car out of my purse here. So I'm gonna go ahead and reach in and pull the device, the same device I healed you with, out of my purse. Okay, so let's just be cool. I've got it right here.
I want to find something to pick up and hold in front
I'm
of
gonna
me.
start eating one of the candy bars without removing the wrapper.
Yeah.
Okay. You bite through the candy bar. It is unpleasant. What color did you grab, Joe? Red, green, or blue?
It doesn't matter. I don't have taste.
Fair enough. Doesn't matter.
I want to find like a rug or something and hold it up in front of me. Like it's going to protect me.
Yeah, you snatch up a rug and you hold it in front. She's like, relax. This thing is perfectly safe. Listen. She's got the device in her hand. Let's just go to the car. I've got your village programmed in already. I was going to go harvest more, but I know now that, you all, you're not to be trifled with. So
That's right. We've got this.
you do. And that's very scary.
What is this?
That, my friends, as your friend put it, is a danger rock.
Yeah.
I told you
Most
guys.
effective when you throw it at someone.
What did I say?
If I threw it at them, though, then they could throw it back at me.
Well, if you throw it right, it'll kill them.
Could be. But
So
I
I'll
can
tell
also
you what.
hit 'em
You
with
all
it.
get in the car. It can fly itself. I just push this button here, and it will take you all home.
It's gonna like blow up when we get in the car.
No kidding.
Or ejector seat or something stupid. But yeah, we're trusting in stupid. I have a leadership score of 7.
Do you all climb in the car?
I don't know if
I'll wait until. Well,
I don't think I trust it without her.
Say if you...
we both get in the car at the same time.
Joe, are you getting in the car?
I'm not getting in the car until she gets in the car.
Oh, well, if you've got some hesitation, I guess I'll wait then.
Yeah.
I want to time it just right.
I want to
Just
say,
as
I don't know
she's
how to
getting in,
move
I want to
it.
get
Like,
into it.
you have to bring it back with us.
What, you want me to ride with you?
Yeah, you have to take us home.
Sure, not a problem. Listen, if I'm going to go back out, I got to get my driving gloves. They're in the other room. Why don't you all go get in the car? And I'm going to
Did
go
she
grab
have
my...
driving gloves on last time?
No.
I'm going to say, you don't need driving gloves. You didn't have them. Take us home now or he throws the danger rock.
All right, fine, let's go. And she holds the device and she kind of swivels it towards you and she pushes another button on it. And this blue ring of light shoots out.
We'll be food yet.
Oh, but I rolled really bad on that attack. As you all dive out of the way of this blue light, you can see it leaves singe marks on the wall behind where the three of you were standing. I think we're in combat now.
So they're
Yes,
like a
we're good.
robot, right?
She is a cougar robot cougar. She is a middle-aged cougar who is into younger people.
And also a robot.
So
also
my
a robot.
goal is going to be
Cougaroid
using my
cougar.
heat to melt her arms off.
Sure. Well, let's do initiative. Your side roll a d6. I'll roll a d6.
My turn to roll a d6. I did it.
I rolled a 4. Dan rolled a 1. She gets to go first.
Yep. Initiative's played out the same every time so far.
She is going to aim her gun. Dan, you've got the danger rock.
I
So
sure
she
do.
points her little box at you. Ooh, I don't think that's going to hit. Your armor class is 5. Her weapon class is a 6. I had to roll a 9.
Oh, damn it.
This is fantastic.
It would be.
As she puts 21 points of damage on you.
Fuck.
Where does that leave you?
11.
Great. And this beam of laser hits you. Now it's the three of your turn. What are you all going to do?
I want to like try and grab her arms and heat like at the shoulders.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I am going to need... You'll do damage. If your attack goes through, you'll do damage. So I want you to do the same melee attack. But I want at least 20 damage to be able to permanently disable an arm.
Okay.
Oof.
13.
Hang on. Let me look up her. Her armor class is 5. You rolled a 13. I'm giving that, what did I say? Weapon class of 1, I think.
That should hit.
Yeah.
13's what he needs.
Yeah, 13's a hit. Or what did you get? You got 30? Yeah, 13 is a hit exactly.
Exactly 20 points of damage.
Oh, wow, I forgot. Yeah. So you run up and you grab, are you grabbing her arm holding the device or her arm pushing the button on the device?
Probably the one holding the device.
And you grab it with your super hot arms and you just squeeze as you can feel the metal underneath your hand become kind of like plastic. And it gives and you slowly crunch in and her arm just goes limp and the little box drops on the floor next to you.
Ah, now we can have your thing too.
Is that the box that she was she using that to move the car before? Or was it separate?
Well, she used that to heal Dan and she used that to attack you too. And she also used that to activate the drop going down below.
Okay.
It's like
I'm gonna stomp on it.
No.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love that idea, Joe. Well, you already had your attack, so you don't get to stomp on it this turn.
Okay.
Jake and
Yeah,
Dan, what are you two going to do?
You'll
I'm going
go
to use
first.
molecular disruption on the box and try to annihilate it from existence.
Okay, that's a good way to go about it.
Yeah, so I'm
Might,
just going to go ahead and...
bypass any booby traps that it has on it.
Yeah, so I'll have a 21% chance to erase it from existence, basically.
Sure.
My chance to heal.
Ah, damn. That's
69
not good.
dudes. Does it do anything?
Hey,
Yeah, it brings me down to 1 hit point and half speed.
Wow,
It's
it
an
hurts yourself?
Yeah, whether I succeed or fail.
Okay, you activate your mutation and you're swarming with these blue lights as you kind of like fuzz out of existence for a second and then recoalesce, but you're a bloody, lumpy mess with 1 hit point.
69 should be a success.
This isn't Zweihander. Dan, you're up.
I know. Would you let me try to shoot her with the gun?
You're going to give me that same percentage.
Mhm. I might as well kill myself or try and kill her. So
79.
this
What's
might be
your
enough.
number?
it's still a 7.
Let's see. That thing is complexity 8.
Oh God,
7.
I don't think that's enough. Still,
I would want it an 85.
fuck.
You're short by 6. Give me another percentile. Okay, you don't accidentally hurt anyone, but you can't figure out how to activate the damn thing. It's her turn.
Now I'll die.
Joe, you're still holding on to her arm.
Yep. Melting it.
She uses her foot and stomps on the box. But you think she's stomping to destroy it, but you can see she's trying to push one specific button. Yep, and she hits the one button. All of a sudden, the table behind her starts lowering again. And now you and her are going to make opposing D6 rolls, Joe. But you're super strong. Let me take a look at...
I should have spent time trying to figure out how this gun worked first. We just hurt ourselves so much.
Okay. So, opposing D6 rolls, Joe. You've got your super strength, so I'm going to let you roll a D8. Highest wins. I rolled a 2. You rolled a 1. As she wrenches her molten arm free and spins around and pushes you on to the descending platform.
Okay.
So on your turn, I'm going to let you have the opportunity to try and jump out. But for now, you're on that platform falling. That's all of her turn. So now it is once again the 3 of your turns. Joe, I'll let you try to escape.
Okay.
I want you to give me a D6, and I'll tell you what, I'll call it a 3 or less. Get you a success. So
3.
yeah, you leap out, you grab a hold of the edge as it drops down, and you pull yourself up to safety. I'm going to call that your turn, but you manage not to get.
Okay.
Jake, Dan, what are
Sent
you two
back
doing?
down.
I'm just gonna try and hit her with the danger rock instead now.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Throwing
grab a
it?
head.
No, I mean just whack her with it. Pistol whip.
Sure. Bludgeoning weapon counts as weapon class 3.
All right.
And she's got an armor class of 5.
Oh, look at
It's
that.
AC1. AC1's the top. So yeah, you fucking clock her for 6 points of damage. She already
Danger
took
rock.
20 from Joe. And you're 6. Jake, what are you doing?
I'm grabbing one of her decorative heads from the wall,
Oh yeah,
and I'm gonna lob it at her.
sure.
For what it's worth, it didn't add my bonus damage in, so because I forgot to put it on the weapon I just made for it. So 4 more
would-
points of damage.
Okay, cool. That's 10 altogether. So she's taking 30.
Yeah.
Jake, we're gonna say ranged. I'm gonna put this in. It's gonna call weapon class 1.
Okay. Well, here we go.
All right. Hits AC 3. And what
Roll
was
an
her
additional
AC again?
3d4.
She's got AC
I assume-
5. Yeah, you hit.
Okay.
And you
I
get
assume it's a d4 for this.
Yeah, D4 damage. So you get an extra 3d4 points of damage. So you did 12 altogether. She's still up, but she's starting to look ragged. Like she's got like oil spurting out. Her arm is still like kind of red hot and just wrenched free. So it's in this weird pointed little stump.
We should get a murder with it. That's the real question.
That's a great idea, Dan. Let's roll initiative. She got a 4. Who on your team's rolling?
Damn it, stop rolling so high on that chuck.
I am rolling 4 every time.
I know, and we were rolling 1 every time. Joe, I think it's your turn again.
Ty, everyone acts at the same time.
Oh no.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna resolve this in the order of. Well, first off, why don't you tell me what you're gonna do on your turn? Dan, what are you gonna do on your turn?
I think I'm just gonna try and hit her with the pistol again.
Okay, so that's a melee attack. Joe,
I want to try and suplex her down the shaft.
another melee attack. Jake,
I'm gonna grab the next head like 5 feet from that one, and then throw that one at her.
it's a ranged attack, and she is gonna try and grab the remote. And she's going to try and make some kind of ranged attack with it. So the way this is going to work, we're going to resolve it in the order of melee, ranged, and then other. So, actually, I think she would fall under other. So, Dan and Joe, you guys get to go. Then Jake, and then her.
Okay.
So, Dan, you're going to try and hit her with the thing. So go ahead and make that attack. And then Joe, I want you to go ahead. We're going to make opposing strength. What die did I say you could roll before?
D8.
8.
So yeah, you roll a D8. She's going to roll a D6. Oh!
Oh,
It worked out this time.
So, Dan, you run up and you swing with this, and she leans back to dodge it. You don't connect, but Joe, you capitalize this and scoop her up from behind the waist. And you suplex her back over your shoulder. I do want you to make me a dexterity test. I want you to roll
Okay.
me a d20, and you want to roll at or below your dexterity score.
Are you going with her or not?
I rolled below.
Cool. You do not go with her. As you
Sweet.
suplex her back and you let go, and she just starts tumbling like Darth Maul down that shaft, bouncing off the walls. The cougaroid has been defeated.
Against
Nice.
all odds.
So you have the strange little box that she had on the ground, and you have her car.
Hooray.
She said our home has already been programmed into it.
Maybe she could have been lying too.
Right.
Okay, I have an idea. Let's all get in the car with the box.
So it can blow up and all go to hell and end.
Yes.
No.
It'll take me a bit to get to the car because I'm feeling a bit sluggish right now. But when we're all in the car, I have an idea.
I'm waiting for one of you to get in the car first. I have 11 hit points.
Jake,
And
Can I
I
study
want-
this box?
Sure, give me a percentile.
I want to be around you when you study this box.
54.
What's your intelligence score?
7.
Not even possible.
Okay.
If an item's complexity is high enough, and your fellowship is low enough, there's not even a chance.
Okay.
So same thing with you, Dan.
Yeah, it's got to be Jake.
Jake?
Oh boy.
A wise one.
I will make my attempt. Is it a D20 or D100?
100.
This is percentile. So I'll tell you, I am
Okay.
considering this as a computer device. And what was your leadership score?
11.
11. That is the first number that can actually attempt it. To succeed, you would have to roll a 100.
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
Jake,
Do it, Jake.
roll me that bean footage.
Roll him a 100.
Okay,
You did
cool.
it.
Give me a percentile.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
26, that's fine. Roll me another percentile.
Oh no.
Cool. Jake, you're looking at this little box. Oh, I think I've got it figured out. And you push. And the box just detonates. Boop. And where Jake stood is now just a pink cloud of mist that slowly settles onto the floor.
You figured out something.
Okay.
So the
How do you-
box and Jake are gone.
How do you
Do you
feel
think he
about...
teleported or something?
Maybe. Of course, I'm pretty sure this is blood.
Does look like that.
So you two going to try and hop in the car?
Are we able to attempt to figure out how to work the car?
Sure. It's got a lower complexity rate than that handheld device had.
I'm not going to get in the car while he goes to figure it out. I'm going to watch because
Joe,
I'm going to be the last one surviving
Absolutely.
with my
give me that
gun. So then
percentile. What's your intelligence? It's 7.
7. Rolled a 44.
For success, you would have need to give me a 90.
Oh my
So
god.
I need you to give me a percentile. Actually,
I mean, is there any way to like describe how I'm attempting to figure it out?
sure. I mean, yes, you
helps.
can, but I still have my tables that I'm going to roll off of.
Okay.
So you can flavor it out and describe it, and I might adjust things here and there. But
because specifically, I mean, I saw her messing with that panel at the front.
I'm presuming you already had that and went in with that knowledge.
Okay.
Because you saw that, you were witness to that. So, yeah. Joe, I need you to give me a percentile.
18.
You're lucky because this is nowhere near as dangerous as a laser pistol. And it does not hurt you or any of your friends.
Oh, I was hoping you died from the car and I was just going to off myself with the pistol by accident so we could all die from technology at the end.
Dan, do you want to try?
Well, it's not as exciting if he's still alive.
Okay. Or you guys can just plan on walking back.
Yeah,
Well, at
let's
least
look
try
for
and figure
food
out
and
this
then...
car.
Well, you got plenty of food. You got those bars on you.
Oh, that's right. Here, let me try my hand at the car and see if I can get it to detonate.
All right, give me another percentile.
49.
Yeah, you can't figure it out, but doesn't do anything to you.
Damn.
Okay.
Why can't technology kill me too?
So it looks like you've got a couple options. Set up camp here and try it another day, or start walking home. You know roughly where the Great Desert is in relationship to, the lake that you live off of.
How long do I think it'll take me to get home from here?
Probably a good month.
Yeah, I'd probably spend the rest of the day looting her house and then try again in the morning. And if it doesn't work, then just head
Sure.
out on foot.
Let's take those try again in the morning rolls.
All right. Oh, character sheet. What happened? Well, doesn't matter.
3.
Hey, I got an 86. I might be smart enough. No, I'm not. It's a 90, right?
It's a 90.
God damn it. That would have been enough for my gun, though.
It would have been enough for your gun. Joe? Oh, you got a 3?
Yeah.
All right, give me a percentile. Actually, both of you give me a percentile. Oh, Joe.
There we go.
70.
Oh, 70. Dan, you got a 10.
Yep. Is it enough to blow us both up and end this?
Let's see. Dan.
I'm not trying to force your hand.
No. It's fine. I'm just looking at. So you are going to hurt yourself. Give me
Okay.
another percentile.
God damn it.
Okay. It's not lethal.
Yeah.
So, Dan, you get it to move, but it runs you over a little bit in the process. You take 14 damage.
I'm dead.
You did get to recover 1 hit point from last night.
Uh-huh.
Okay, still dead.
That brought me from 11 to 12.
So the car partially runs over Dan, squishing him underneath of it. Joe, you're all alone. You now have the danger rock, though.
I do have the danger rock.
You want to try and figure out how to use it again?
I mean, now that I've got it to move, I'm more confident that.
Okay, so you can stay another day, and I'm gonna adjust the difficulty. So roll me a percentile for the 3rd day.
All right.
No, give me another percentile.
I rolled another
Joe.
3.
Yeah, roll me another percentile. Okay.
90.
Doesn't hurt
Joe,
you.
roll low on both of them. You're doing it wrong, Joe.
Yeah, you're not able to figure it out again, man. Even knowing that it moved and Dan got it to move somehow.
I'm going to give it one more day.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Now give me another percentile. No. Doesn't hurt you either.
Okay.
You want to try and figure out the danger rock?
Yeah, sure.
Give me a percentile on that.
35.
Give me another percentile, Joe.
Roll under 30. Do it.
No.
70.
Don't figure it out. Doesn't hurt you.
Okay.
Rolling just well enough to disappoint us, Joe.
I'm going to spend several hours melting the car as best as I can to completely demolish it.
Sure, not a problem. Give me one last percentile test. Okay. As you start melting this car, eventually you get to the car's small reactor.
Awesome.
As the reactor detonates, now, this is a radiation thing, Joe, so it may not kill you.
Okay.
We got to go to some resist radiation. Dan, where was that table at?
Oh, shoot. God.
There's poison.
I know I saw it, but I don't remember which page it's on.
Power attack. Radiation intensity level. Joe, what's your radiation resistance?
I don't know how to calculate that.
It's just a stat you rolled at the start.
Yeah, it's your first stat.
Oh, okay. 9.
Oh. Okay, this is great. Everything's great. All right, Joe. I'm going to go to the middle of this chart. You got a 9. You need to roll me a d20.
14.
You resist the radiation, Joe.
Awesome.
Damn it.
There was a chance there. Either would have killed you outright or would have mutated you further. But seeing as it just explodes with radiation, you take 17 points of damage,
Oh, I'm fine.
but the car
Yeah.
is totally and completely destroyed.
Great. That's what I was going for. I don't
go.
want it to kill another.
Dan's dead, Gnomish Invader. Dan is dead.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You begin your long trek home.
Yep.
You have many dangers ahead of you. Settlements you could pass through. Hopefully no woodpeckers or cougaroids. And that's where we'll wrap it for the night. Having completed a we don't know what the fuck we're doing Metamorphosis Alpha one-shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it worked.
I got to suplex somebody down an elevator
Yeah.
shaft. So
I definitely got more
Very nice.
studying I
Very
need to
nice.
do. This is just, I skimmed it real lightly the other day because I was thinking I wanted to run a little bit here and there.
yeah,
So, yeah, I got more to read. But
I like the setting.
I think having like a quick access to the tables would be beneficial for running it.
I think somewhere in here there is a quick
Just
reference for the tables.
If it's just got like all of them in a sheet or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, page 29.
Maybe I didn't get far enough in the book to find it.
Well, that's some of it. That's not all the tables. But yeah, if I do this again, I'm definitely going to have to compile all the tables for myself.
That would probably go a long ways just by itself.
Yeah, kind of like the little table book I've got for DCC. It helps out a lot. Yeah, I really dig the setting. You know, I don't think that this was true to the setting on its own. But, you know, considering I didn't know what the fuck a cougaroid was before I said the word, we did all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about running a one-shot on the 5th of June. I think right now Bert and Jeremy have signed up for it, so if y'all want another dip into Metamorphosis Alpha, that might be your shot.
I'm interested, so I just got to
Yeah.
see what's going on that day.
Yeah.
Same.
Hopefully I'll be more familiar with the rules by then. If not, Bert actually played the game back in the day, so he'll be able to guide us through it. I don't know.
Don't we have a game with Bert tomorrow?
We do have a game tomorrow night. So yeah, tomorrow, noon central, you can check us out, Watercolors and Warriors. Actually, let me go ahead while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to turn that off. Turn that off. I'm going to turn these things on. And I'm going to turn that off. So there we go. We're back to the regular Watercolors and Warriors overlay. Yeah, Watercolors and Warriors, noon Saturday. Our Ghibli-inspired 5th ed game. This will actually be the last Saturday that this is played on, because then we're going to be moving it to every other Thursday night. Then what do we got? Saturday night, 9 p.m. Central on twitch.tv/GoodmanGamesOfficial. For our Danger Stranger show, Bert is continuing to run us through more Umerica. So the great food truck wars rage on. Sunday night, 9 p.m. Central, we're going to be playing some more Salt Marsh. At least that's what's on the docket. Jake, are you still playing in the TT2KB on Sunday nights?
I am. I am. Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, if you don't manage to, of course, I think TT2KB starts earlier than we do. So you could go watch Jake on twitch.tv/TT2KB, and then you could come watch us play some Salt Marsh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
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 Monday night, I'll be over on twitch.tv/thelollygaggers for some Alien. What do we got? Next game is Wednesday night. That's Rime of the Frost Maiden. Thursday night will be our first Thursday night session of Watercolors and Warriors. And then there will be nothing on the channel on Friday, Saturday this coming week, because I will be in Missouri for a special camping trip with Christopher from Two Old Guy Games. His Twitch channel is All the RPGs.
I'll be there too.
Dan will be there too. It'll be a weekend of camping and playing D&D in person.
Possibly
be a
dying in
weekend of-
thunderstorms.
And a
What?
lot of rain and thunderstorms, yes.
Nothing can go wrong.
Nothing can go wrong. I don't know. That's all we fucking got. You guys want to say anything else?
Sorry.
Don't think so. It's fun.
Well, this Tuesday, I'll be getting a sleeve gastrectomy.
Ooh.
So we'll see how a major surgery affects my ability to play games in the weeks to come.
Yeah, that might be Jake,
Yeah.
if you need to miss a little bit, I totally understand. Like if you're getting that Tuesday, I'm gonna guess you may not be there for Weird Frontiers on Wednesday.
There is a possibility. Either I will not be there at all, or I will be there under some strange effects.
Okay.
One of our more confident characters. No.
That's fine. Well, Jake, I wish you best of luck on
Yeah.
your sleeve gastronomy. Is that the right term?
Close, yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough. Same thing the doctor's going to say, like, close enough.
There will be a lot of gastronomy involved in the weeks to come.
There you go. There you go. Well,
Cooking.
Hopefully things stay well.
best of luck, Jake. Yeah, I don't fucking know. Until we see you next time, start your fires, do your drugs, and go get your fucking vaccines. Deuces.